Part 7 of Spies to Spies. They're all back at camp in nice warm towels. I'm so glad to be out of that cage. I'm starving. We'll get you some food in a bit once we're done discussing this strange business. I must ask Quack an important question. Yes, General G? What happened to Lord Big Ear? 'Cause you were left. You were the last one to come back. Yes. Well, Moss, and, well, Lord Big Ear were left. We were back, and I was helping Moss get out of the water. Well, actually, I know what happened. Moss, could you tell I was a little bit... Ow. Oh, I'm still a little bit woozy from my fall. Moss, could you tell? Yes. Well, I was left there. I was the last one, and I couldn't use a spiral on my own. I didn't know how. Well, ow. We're all a little bit shaken, aren't we? Yes, well, I was left, and I didn't know how to spiral back, and Quack was left with me. I thought he was going to take me, but then he was knocked out, and I didn't know what to do, and then Lord Big Ear came out of nowhere and dragged me into the water and brought Quack in too. I thought Quack was going to drown because he was unconscious, but then he said, Lord Big Ear said, well, it's just me, you, and the duck, isn't it? And then, all of a sudden, Quack woke up. Yes, indeed I did. And I bounced. Ow. Oh. I bounced on Lord Big Ear. And then I went and I bounced and I bounced. And then he was drowning because all his fur was clogging him down to the bottom. And I quickly jumped up with Moss. And we spiraled away with the spy cart. Yeah, so that's how it went. Well, good. And the bunnies... Did they escape? I guess so, because they weren't there. Okay, that's very good. The only thing is that, well, yeah. Oh, and the monkeys and the turtles are in the cage. We nailed it to the ground. How very good. Well, now let's tell the other part of the story. I need to ask you some questions, Nico. How did you guys get in that cage? 3 days ago, Ginger, and Moss were in our beds. We were just sitting in our little house because we were having a sleepover. We invited Moss over, and then, well, you, Spygee, Sonia, and Duck Quack were in your houses, and they just came, and we were the only ones who didn't have our doors locked, really, and we were just out in the open playing, and then we were talking, and they just came out of nowhere, these flying monkeys, and, excuse me, flying? I never noticed they had wings. They grew them. They just came flying out, and then when we got back to the place, they shrunk in, and then well, I'll tell you the story. So they grabbed us, and they said, well, they shook us, I and Moss. Ginger was in the back. She was just terrified, and I told her to go back because me and Moss are the oldest. And so they grabbed us, and they were like, we need information. General G, give us information now. And then we said, no, we don't know anything about General G because we thought it was a good thing to lie, and we weren't really spies yet, and because we weren't really fully trained, so we didn't know much. And we just said, we don't know anything. And so they scooped us up. They made Moss fly with this weird disc thing. It was this weird purple and blue thing mixed together, and it was all this little orb, and they just forced Moss to fly. And then they brought us to the place, and then they gave us this green liquid, and they, bathed us in it. And we went to sleep, and we forgot everything. And then when we woke up, we were in a cage, and then Sonia and Chippy came. Yes. And what did the monkeys do after they put you in the cage? Remember, we woke up. We were just, well, do you mean like what happened to the rings? Yes, I guess when they put you in the green liquid. Well, turtles came for that part. The monkeys, like, shrunk away into the shadows, and we heard a big, loud voice go, "Come, my monks. We must have work to do." That must have been Lord Big Ear. And did he mention anything about his daughters? Well, I heard him a little bit, but I was just about being dropped in the green liquid, so I was kind of worrying about that. But I did listen because I thought that this place, that if we ever get back, we might be able to give you information. Well, that was the right thing to do. Good job. Yes, I heard him. My daughters are in their waiting room. They will be waiting for further instructions. Give us any information and we will put them right to work. And then, so he uses his daughters very cleverly. Yes, I guess it seems so. Yes, because he put them on a hiring. Just the day that I was looking for hiring. Ugh, what a mess we put ourselves in. But we're all okay now. I think it's okay. Yes. Yes, we're okay. Hooray! 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 Duck, you look so funny. Yeah, he looks like a flying angel. Ba 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 bum. Thank you for watching Spies to Spies. Please leave a comment and subscribe and like. Thumbs up.